75% chance of rain is hammering parts of England right now, and if you are in the southwest, what is heading your way in the next few hours could catch you completely off guard. But here's the thing, most forecasts will not tell you. There is one city tonight sitting at just 2.3 degrees, making it the coldest spot in the entire United Kingdom. And no, it is not where you think. I will reveal exactly where that is and why it matters for your morning commute in just a moment. But first, drop a comment right now telling me where you are watching from, your city, your town, and I will make sure you get the forecast that matters most to you. Because tonight, Monday the 9th of February 2026, the weather picture across Britain is not just cold, it is complicated. And the difference between being prepared and being caught out could come down to knowing exactly what is happening in your specific area. Now stay with me, because at the 5-minute mark, I am going to walk you through exactly what is coming later this week, including a genuine snow threat for parts of Scotland that you need to start preparing for right now. That is not speculation. The data is already pointing firmly in that direction. So let us get straight into it. Right now, a massive body of moist Atlantic air is sitting over almost the entire United Kingdom. From the south coast of England all the way up to the Scottish Highlands, the sky is blanketed in thick cloud. Temperatures across the nation are ranging between 2 and 9 degrees Celsius, and there is a southwesterly breeze pushing moisture inland from the sea. That is the engine driving tonight's weather. But the detail, city by city, is where the real story is. Here is something that might surprise you. 20 of the 25 major cities I am covering tonight saw dramatic rain shifts in just 24 hours. Some dropped by as much as 75 percentage points overnight. That kind of swing means yesterday's forecast is already useless. You need tonight's numbers. And I have got every single one of them. Starting in London, the capital is sitting at around 8 degrees right now under a completely overcast sky. The daytime high reached about 11 degrees around midday, but that warmth has well and truly gone. The chance of rain tonight is only 20%, so Londoners are getting off relatively lightly. But do not be fooled by that low number. There is a light breeze cutting through the more exposed streets, and it will make the cold feel significantly sharper than 8 degrees. If you are heading to the West End or out for supper tonight, take a warm coat and slip an umbrella in your bag. This is still February in Britain after all. Now here is where it gets interesting. Move just 50 miles south to Brighton and the picture changes. Light rain is already falling along the seafront right now. Temperatures are actually warmer at 9 degrees thanks to the English Channel acting as a natural heat buffer. But that 35% rain chance means showers could pop up without warning. The seafront will be breezy and raw with that distinctive mix of sea salt and winter damp in the air. But Brighton is not the city you need to worry about tonight. Keep watching because the cities with the most dramatic conditions are still coming. Southampton is where the warning lights start flashing. The chance of rain there tonight has jumped to 65%. That means if you are in Southampton, you are more likely than not to get rained on this evening. Temperatures are hovering around 8 degrees, but the sea breeze off the harbour is making it feel considerably colder. Road surfaces are going to be wet and potentially slippery. If you are driving through the city, slow down and leave extra stopping distance, moving inland to Oxford. And here is a fascinating twist. Yesterday, Sunday, Oxford had a 100% chance of rain. 100%. It was a complete washout. But tonight, that number has crashed down to just 20%. The city has dried out dramatically. Temperatures sit at around 7 degrees, and those famous cobbled streets around the colleges are veiled in a light mist tonight. The kind of atmosphere that looks straight out of an Inspector Morse scene. Beautiful, but cold. Cambridge, Oxford's eternal rival across the country, is telling a similar story. Light rain at the moment, temperatures at just over 8 degrees, but the chance of further rain is only 20%. The dampness here feels a fraction heavier than Oxford because of Cambridge's proximity to the Fens, that vast flat expanse of former marshland to the east. If you are walking along the River Cam tonight, waterproof boots are not a luxury, they are a necessity. Now do not skip ahead because the next section covers the cities with the highest rain risk in the entire country tonight. Bristol is seeing light to moderate rain right now, 40% chance of more as the evening goes on. The city sits directly in the path of Atlantic moisture funneling up through the Bristol Channel, and the famous Clifton Suspension Bridge is shrouded in mist and fine rain tonight. Striking to look at, brutal to stand on, but Bristol has got nothing on what is happening further southwest. Exeter in Devon has a 75% rain probability right now. That is among the highest in the entire country tonight. Moderate to heavy rain is expected at times, and country lanes around Devon may be subject to localized flooding. If you are in Exeter tonight, avoid unnecessary trips. Waterproof jacket and umbrella are essential, not optional, and it is the same story in Truro, Cornwall. 75% rain chance, matching Exeter exactly. Cornwall, sticking out into the Atlantic like a granite fist, is always first in line for whatever the ocean throws at Britain. Tonight, the coastal wind is stronger than inland, and I cannot stress this enough. If you are anywhere near the cliff paths along the Cornish coast this evening, stay well away. Wet cliffs and strong winds are a genuinely dangerous combination. Right, let us head north. Do not miss this next part because the temperature drops are dramatic. Birmingham, England's second city, is sitting at just under 7 degrees. But here is the good news. Yesterday, Birmingham had a 65% rain chance. Tonight, it has plummeted to just 20%. A huge improvement. Fun fact for you, Birmingham has more miles of canal than Venice, and tonight, those canals will have a thin veil of mist hanging over the water. Watch your step on the towpaths. Nottingham has undergone an even more dramatic shift. Yesterday's rain probability was an extraordinary 95%. Tonight, just 20%. The deluge has passed, but road surfaces are still damp and puddles are lingering in the lower lying areas. Sheffield, the steel city perched among its hills, is noticeably cooler at 6.3 degrees with a 45% rain chance. Its position on the edge of the Peak District means cold air drains down from the moorland, adding an extra bite. Leeds has dropped from yesterday as 95% rain probability to just 35% tonight. But temperatures could fall faster than expected in the Aire Valley overnight, and a light ground frost is possible in the outer areas around Wetherby and Ilkley by early tomorrow morning. York. Pay attention if you are in York. 65% rain chance tonight. That is significant because York sits at the meeting point of the rivers Ouse and Foss, making it sensitive to flooding. The anticipated rainfall is not excessive enough for serious flooding, but if you live in the riverside areas, keep half an eye on water levels. The ancient cobbled streets of the Shambles will be glistening wet tonight, gorgeous to look at, treacherous to walk on. Liverpool has seen a remarkable turnaround yesterday, 80% rain chance, tonight just 20%. But that sea breeze off Liverpool Bay will make 6.8 degrees feel much colder, especially around the Albert Dock and the waterfront. Manchester, sitting at 7.3 degrees, has a 25% rain chance, which for Manchester is practically a drought. But the air still carries that signature Manchester dampness that settles on your skin, even when it is technically not raining. Newcastle upon Tyne rounds out our English cities at 7 degrees with a 25% rain chance. But here is the catch. A biting North Sea wind can funnel straight up the mouth of the Tyne, and tonight that wind will make the famous bridges, the Millennium Bridge, the Tyne Bridge, bitterly exposed. Wrap up properly. Now we cross the border into Scotland, and this is where you need to pay close attention because the temperature difference is dramatic. Scotland is running 2 to 4 degrees colder than England across the board tonight. That might not sound like much on paper, but when you are standing outside in a Scottish city at 5 degrees with a damp wind blowing off the Atlantic or the North Sea, the difference is absolutely brutal compared to 8 or 9 degrees in the south. Edinburgh is at 6.3 degrees with a 25% rain chance. The old town up on the ridge will catch the wind and feel colder than the new town below. A light mist will form around Edinburgh Castle as the night wears on. Do not venture up Arthur S. Seat or Calton Hill tonight unless you are very well prepared. Glasgow is colder still at just 5.1 degrees and it is currently raining. But here is the crucial detail. The rain probability for the rest of tonight is actually only 20%. The rain should ease off in the coming hours. Glasgow, I need you to remember this. By Thursday, there is a significant probability of snow. Mark that in your diary. Aberdeen on the North Sea coast is seeing rain at 6.8 degrees. Yesterday's rain probability was a staggering 90%. Tonight, it has dropped to 35%. But the North Sea wind is relentless, and the wind chill could push the effective temperature 3 to 5 degrees below what the thermometer reads. Stay away from the exposed coastal stretches. Dundee is recording just 4.7 degrees, among the coldest in the country. Rain probability has crashed from yesterday's 85% to just 20%. The Victoria and Albert Museum on the waterfront is an excellent warm refuge tonight. And if you are driving across the Tay Road Bridge, take particular care in the crosswinds. Inverness, the gateway to the Highlands, sits at 5.2 degrees with a 35% rain chance. Fog will form along Loch Ness overnight, and visibility on the A82 could drop significantly. This is critical. By Thursday, Inverness could see snowfall as temperatures plunge below 4 degrees. If you are in the Highlands, start preparing for a deeper cold snap now. Turning to Wales. Cardiff is at 7.4 degrees with a 45% rain chance. The Bristol Channel creates a funneling effect that makes winds stronger here than inland, so the Bay Area will be catching brisk gusts tonight. Swansea is similar at 7.9 degrees with a 40% rain chance. The Gower Peninsula's magnificent cliffs are completely unsuitable for any outdoor activity tonight. Do not risk it. And now, here is the moment I promised you. The coldest spot in the entire United Kingdom tonight. We cross to Northern Ireland. Belfast is at 4.7 degrees with broken cloud, one of the few cities where you might actually catch a glimpse of the night sky. But a light frost could develop overnight, especially around Cave Hill, and road surfaces may ice up by the early hours. But the real story is Londonderry, just 2.3 degrees. The coldest reading anywhere in the entire country tonight. With a 45% rain chance and temperatures barely above freezing, the risk of frost and ice on roads is very real. The River Foyle is producing dense fog pockets along the riverbanks, and the Peace Bridge and Craigavon Bridge may develop surface icing. Please reduce your speed when crossing. Now, here's what I promised you at the start. The look ahead, and this is the part you absolutely cannot miss. Tuesday the 10th looks similar to today, overcast with scattered showers. Bristol and Cardiff may see rain probabilities climbing back to between 65 and 75%. Wednesday the 11th, temperatures in the south edge up slightly. London could reach 12 degrees, but Scotland starts cooling noticeably. Thursday the 12th, this is the big one. A pulse of cold Arctic air pushes down from the north. Glasgow and Inverness have a real chance of seeing snow. The Highlands could see a proper white covering. If you are in Scotland, do not wait until Thursday to prepare. Start now. Check your tyres. Stock up on essentials. Make sure you have de-icer and a scraper ready. So here is your action plan for tonight. If you are in the southwest, Exeter, Truro, Cornwall, rain is coming and it could be heavy. Waterproofs are essential. If you are in Southampton or York, 65% rain chance means carry an umbrella, no excuses. If you are in Scotland, layer up seriously. Temperatures are significantly lower than England, and the wind chill makes it feel even worse. If you are in Northern Ireland, especially Londonderry, watch for ice on road surfaces tonight and into the early morning. Reduce your speed and leave extra braking distance. If you are in the Midlands or the north of England, conditions are much improved on yesterday, but roads are still damp, so stay cautious. And wherever you are in the United Kingdom tonight, a warm coat is non-negotiable. Gloves and a scarf would be wise too, particularly if you are north of Birmingham. Drop a comment below with your location, and I will make sure future forecasts speak directly to your area. And here is what is coming next. Later this week, I am going to break down that incoming Arctic blast in full detail, city by city, hour by hour. Because if snow does hit Scotland on Thursday, the ripple effects could reach much further south than people expect. You will want to see that forecast before it happens. Make sure you